Hi, I'm Zina Dalla.
And I'm Yasmin Karachiwala. We're the co-authors of our book, Sculpt and Shape the Pilates Way. Today, we're going to show you some exercises for the hunchback posture. Before we do that, we'd like to tell you a little about the hunchback posture. Once we show you the exercises and you do them, you will feel much better.
So in hunchback posture, it usually means that the shoulders are rounded forward and the head is jutting forward. So what happens is that the chest muscles are very tight and the lat muscles, which are the muscles down the sides here, also tend to be very tight. The back muscles tend to be very weak, as well as the neck muscles are very weak. So all the exercises we're going to do today are going to help open up your chest and strengthen your back. This exercise is swimming, and you can find it on page 144 of Sculpt and Shape the Pilates Way. We're going to start lying face down with the feet hip-width distance apart. The pelvis is in neutral position here, so you really want to pretend like there's hot lava here, and you have to pull your stomach away from the hot lava. The arms are actually by the ears, extended in front of the head. We're going to lift the head up off the floor, and then both the arms and legs up off the floor. Now we're going to lift the right arm up and the left leg up a little bit higher, and then we're going to switch. Good, and now the pace on this is actually quite fast. So we're going to do an inhale as we flutter our arms, and we're going to exhale as we flutter our arms. And we usually do it in a count of 5. So it's inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. As she continues doing this, let's talk about what's happening in the midsection here. We want to keep it as still as possible and really want to be working here from the glutes and hamstrings. The knees should be straight. This is the #1 mistake that happens here is that usually the knees bend. You also want to keep the elbows nice and straight and the eyes looking down towards the floor. Let's just do one more breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now one modification here, if you don't feel strong enough to lift the head up, you can actually keep the head down on the ground. Just lift the arms up and do the same fluttering of the arms and legs with the head planted down into the mat. This is Rocking Prep, and you can find it on page 145 in Sculpt and Shape the Pilates Way. We're going to start with the feet hip-width distance apart, and we're actually going to bend the knees and grab onto the outside of the ankles with the hands. We want to make sure that the pelvis is in neutral position. So you want to pretend like there's a little ice cube underneath the stomach muscles, and we're going to pull that stomach away from the ice cube. On an inhale, lift the head and chest and the knees up off the floor, looking directly over the horizon. You really want to make sure you can slide something underneath the knees. And then on an exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, really opening up the chest here. You're going to really stretch the chest muscles, and exhale, lowering down. So because we do so much in this rounded forward position, this is a beautiful exercise for opening up the chest, for strengthening the backs of the legs here, which is wonderful for your posture. Beautiful. And we always want to inhale on the way up, and it helps us get into our extension position. And exhale as we lower down the eyes, look down towards the ground. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, lifting up, looking towards the horizon, and exhale, lowering back down. Last one, inhale, and exhale, lower back down. This is roll down, which you can find on page 167 in Sculpt and Shape the Pilates Way. We want to be standing tall in perfect plumb line posture. And what we mean by that is you want to have your ear directly over your shoulder, directly over your hip, directly over the knee, and directly over the ankle. So now to start this exercise, we're going to stand tall, take a deep breath in through the nose. On the exhale, the chin's going to drop to the chest, and we're going to roll over an imaginary ball. The arms are super relaxed like a rag doll, and we're going to go down towards the floor. Then we inhale at the bottom, and on the exhale, we start to roll ourselves up. And we really want to articulate each vertebrae up one at a time, as if you're placing each vertebrae up against a wall behind you. Again, inhaling at the top, and exhale the chin to the chest, rolling down. Again, imagining that you're rolling over a ball in front of you, arms and head are relaxed. Inhale at the bottom, and exhale, roll up. Couple things that can go wrong here. Oftentimes when we roll down, we tend to shift our hips backwards. So we want to make sure that the hips stay over the heels, and that we're rolling down, we're actually rounding over versus shifting the hips backwards. The mistake that can happen on the way up, as we roll up, we tend to tense our neck and shoulders and bring our shoulders up by our ears. So as you're rolling up, think about pulling them down and away from the ears. Let's just do one more. Inhale, exhale, rolling down, arms relaxed, head relaxed, hips over the heels. Inhale at the bottom and exhale, really articulating each spine, one on top of each other to restack into perfect plumb line posture. This is basic back extension, and you can find it on page 140 in Sculpt and Shape the Pilates Way. We're gonna lie face down with the feet hip width distance apart. You want the hips and the pelvis to be in a neutral position. Oftentimes people arch their back here, so you want to squeeze the glutes and suck the stomach muscles in so that you can get your hips in a neutral position. She's going to inhale as she lifts her head and chest and looks down at the floor, and on the exhale she's going to lower back down. Now you want to make sure when you're lifting that you don't lift here from the lower back, that she's lifting here from the mid back. And the breathing here again is inhale as you come up. Inhaling on the way up really helps you open up your chest, and exhale as you lower back down. We want to keep the feet planted here on the ground, and you want to make sure the abdominals are pulled in the whole time. So again, inhaling as you lift, she's really reaching the fingertips down towards the heels, and then exhale, she's lowering down. Two more. Inhale, lifting up, coming right from that mid back. Exhale, lowering back down. Making sure the eyes look down the whole time. We're not lifting and looking forward. The eyes are looking down towards the ground. Now, if you have someone who's very, very rounded and the head is below the shoulders here, then a modification is to lift up and just place this mat or pillow right here on the forehead, and it helps just better align the spine.
We've created a special playlist for you to demonstrate exercises from our book on hunchback posture.
So if you really want to learn how to sculpt and shape your body and do the exercises perfectly, then tune into this special playlist made just for you.